Mm.
Hey Heidi, how's it going?
Hello, nice to see you again.
Yeah, nice to see you as well.
Mm. Yeah, I dislike new calling, new hangout.
Does it log you out sometimes?
Yeah, yesterday I tried to click the join now, right? Orange
Uh-huh.
button, but it didn't move. I clicked many times, but it didn't move. So
Yeah.
finally, from my account, and I clicked the teacher's name. It opened, but I clicked join the button, but still not didn't move. So I sent a message in the chat box. I can't enter that. The teacher
Hmm.
sent me the link. So finally I could enter. But there are already many students. So for other students, it worked. So I was a little sad. Why
Yeah, I
only
don't
me?
yeah, I don't really know why it's causing these problems, honestly. For me, I had some problems 2 or 3 days ago. I was trying to start a class. I just couldn't get the link to open.
Oh
So
really?
yeah, I had the same
Mm-hmm.
situation, but
Mm-hmm.
it was okay. I mean, I think they are looking into it. A lot of the teachers were telling them, were
Mm-hmm.
telling the other people on the development team that there might be problems.
Then
So
next lesson, the same. I couldn't enter that place.
uh-huh.
So finally, I refreshed my computer. Then I checked. This time it worked. Then
Yeah,
I entered the room.
yeah. No, sometimes I think hopefully by next week it's going to be
Mm.
uh, fixed a little bit better.
Mm.
Um, I think they are still. I think some teachers have still been having some sporadic problems, like every now and then they
Oh,
have
really?
questions. Yeah, but I think most of the problems are gone or they're leaving. So
But teacher
hopefully,
sent me link, so I could enter that place. But I was still sad.
yeah.
I thought I was no more a student.
No, 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 no. You're still going to be a student for sure. I think
But
it's just,
maybe I was very strange in that lesson.
yeah.
Kind of dim. Yes, I don't think so. Like that. I was almost crying.
Oh, no, no, that's fine. It's not going to be like that. Uh, so besides that, Heidi, how's everything going?
It's okay. Today it's cloudy. Yeah, like yesterday, the same. But today it's darker than yesterday. Maybe it will rain later.
Nice. Here it's been really cloudy the entire day. Also, it's been colder, a little bit colder today, but no snow, no rain, thankfully. So we are. I am looking forward to not seeing snow until after Thanksgiving. So in another 3 weeks,
Mm.
sure, snow, there's no problem. But before
Mm.
another 3 weeks, it's going to be just too much, I think, to have all that happen.
Your place is warmer than other place in America.
No, my place is pretty cold relative to other
Oh, really?
places.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm pretty far north, so the more north you are, generally, the colder it is.
Mm-hmm.
We get a lot of snow, but this year so far it's been much nicer than I think people could have expected.
You like snow?
It's okay when there's not that much. If it's a small amount or if it's just, like a nice snowstorm on or not storm, but nice snowfall on Christmas maybe is always very nice.
Mm.
Holiday time, it's beautiful. But when we have like 2 meters of snow and you have to drive in that weather and there's
Do you
black ice.
snowboarding or skiing?
I don't do either of those. I've gone to ski resorts before to just kind of admire the mountains and just
Mm.
learn the very basics of skiing. So I
Mm.
don't do a lot of that. I did snowshoeing once. Snowshoeing was like
Uh-huh.
you do cross country. You walk on the hills with large
Mm.
snow, but or large snowshoes. I want to do ice fishing maybe
Mm.
this winter. I want to just go into the middle of the lake
Mm.
and fish for ice or
Mm.
fish on the ice. So it'll be fun to see if that works out. We have some nice lakes here, so I think ice
Mm.
fishing is a nice possibility.
Once
But
I tried to ski, and I climbed up the top of the mountain. I looked down the slope. I'm acrophobia. I was scared. I imagined myself rolling down the slope. getting myself that like snowman.
Yeah. No, it definitely. I think people here they start on very small hills, very small slopes, like when they're children, and then eventually when they're older, they advance to
I
the
get up
bigger.
to run the skiing, and then I took a lift, getting back to the hotel.
Yeah. It's nice. It's nice. Like those areas, those resorts are nice because you can. They keep them very clean, and it's very beautiful snow. So. It's
Yeah.
fun to see, but yeah, not always the best. I'm not always the best person for those kinds of activities, but so hey, we have Virginia as well. How's it going, Virginia? Good to see you again. Hello.
Hello, good to, good to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you as
Thank you.
well. Great. How's everything going, Virginia?
Very nice. And you?
Good. I'm doing well. We have nice weather today. Well, it wasn't nice. It was cloudy, but it was a nice Sunday afternoon. Is it getting warmer in Brazil? I think it is, right?
I don't understand.
Is it getting warmer in Brazil? Is it getting much warmer? Like the weather?
Okay, weather.
Uh-huh.
It's good. It's good. Uh, Very sunny.
Mm-hmm. Very sunny weather. Is it
Yeah, sunny weather.
what was the temperature today?
It, it's hot. It's hot. It's hot
Maybe
and sunny.
hot and sunny. That's nice. Here it's the exact opposite. It's cloudy and cold. So sometimes, yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting whenever we talk about the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. You know, you guys are in the south, so it's different for you. Yeah.
Teacher,
Yes.
can I it's modificate the your image in the computer
You
is
wanna?
is
Uh-huh.
uh, your image is big. Can I the how can I say?
You wanna make it
Can
smaller?
I
No, I think your real you is different from your image picture.
yes?
Oh.
I
Can I
think.
smaller your pic because it's not good the your image. Okay, do you understand me?
I'm having a little bit of trouble understanding.
Your
Uh,
picture is not good, but real you is much better. I think.
oh, okay. Yeah, well, that picture is old. That picture is very old, Virginia, so maybe that's why. Um, is there a problem with the webcam? Is there a problem with the video?
Yes, your image is a big in the computer.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
if you double click, I think you can make it smaller. If you double click on
Okay. Okay. Uh-huh. Thank you. It's
yeah.
better now.
Yes.
It's better now.
Sure, fantastic. Because yeah, if you click it, if you when you join the Google Hangouts at the beginning, it's a big image, but then if you
Yeah.
double click, it's going to be smaller.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
No problems. No, they actually because sure. De nada, Virginia. Uh, there was
I understood.
there were no problems.
You were speaking Portuguese.
Um pouquito. Tudo beleza?
Beleza.
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 Muito bom. Or muito,
Beleza.
Virginia, is it muito bom or muito bem?
Muito bom.
Muito bom.
Muito
Muito
bem,
bom.
né?
Aham. Muito bom, muito bem.
And
Aham.
yes, os dois, both is correct.
Both of
Both
them are
are
correct.
correct.
Both of them are correct. Okay, okay. Obrigado, obrigado.
Yes.
Muito obrigado.
De nada. De
Awesome.
nada.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you, thank you. All right, guys. Welcome to class. Thank you guys for joining.
Welcome.
Yeah. Thank you guys for joining. Let's get started then. Today we are actually going to be looking at two interesting, we're going to be looking at two topics. That's the same in every class. They're both going to be very interesting. The first part of the class, we are going to learn how to make polite questions. Okay, so for example, if you are talking to somebody and you want to ask them something, you want to, you need help from them, you need something from them, there are certain ways that we can make those polite questions in English, and we are going to learn how to make those polite questions. In the second part of the class, we will be looking at a situation in Venezuela, actually. So Venezuela is a South American country with a lot of...
Chavez died. Chavez died after that. The food and everything is getting expensive, more expensive. So the people are anxious, right?
Yeah, well, it's been difficult for the people, definitely. But after Chavez died, there are now a lot of... There's really no clear, strong person in control of the country, because Chavez was the president for so long that now there's they're having elections. People are getting excited in terms of their future, in terms of their politics. But we are actually going to look at another thing that Venezuela is very famous for. Venezuela has had the most beauty queens on the international level than any other country. So it's almost like a business for them. It's almost like it's a national identity situation where Venezuela, every state in Venezuela, a lot of the young girls in Venezuela, their dream is to compete and become, beauty queens. So yeah, so essentially the idea is does beauty bridge politics? Can beauty serve as a way to, help people fix their different kinds of political problems, right? It's an interesting situation, but almost maybe as popular as football is in Brazil, or American football is in the United States. Sometimes different people from different parts of the same country can unite when it comes to sports and pastimes and things like that. And beauty pageants are almost like a sport in Venezuela. So we'll take a look at that. So let's get started, guys. I wanted to ask you guys a question before we get started. And let's say you disagree with somebody about something that's political. Okay, you have a disagreement. Maybe somebody likes, like Virginia. There is a politician in Brazil named Marco Feliciano, right? And not a lot of people like Marco Feliciano, for example, right? From what I've heard, some of my Brazilian friends have told me, he's a very controversial person, from what I've heard. So if you are disagreeing with someone, let's say Heidi, you like Shinzo Abe, but your friend hates Shinzo Abe, right? How would you disagree with them in a polite way? So let's start with Heidi first, actually. Let's say you're having a debate. How would you disagree politely?
I'm sorry, I can't agree with you.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't agree with you, right? What if the person is continuing to say more and more things? What could you say?
I'm sorry, could you stop the conversation?
Yeah.
I don't want to continue that subject.
Yeah, or you could say, could we please change the topic?
Yes.
Right? I'm sorry, but could we please change the topic, right? I don't have anything to say about this.
Yes.
Right? Or something like that, right? So could we please change the topic, right? When we use the word could we use really, in many ways, we use could to make a polite sentence.
Shall we change the conversation?
We can say shall we change the conversation, but it sounds a little more, It's English, 100% correct, but it's not something as common in the U.S. I think shall is a little bit more British.
Mm-hmm.
So, shall we change the conversation? You want some cup of tea? Shall
Oh,
we? You know, I'm just joking.
kind of London. Oh, cool.
Yeah, yeah. Shall is nice. It's nice. People do say shall, but could is a little bit more colloquial, normal conversation.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So good question with that. Uh, so Virginia, let's say you're talking to somebody, they like somebody in politics, you don't like that person. So how can you have a conversation but disagree with the other person?
Mm. Sorry, I don't understand you.
So let's say you're having a conversation with somebody, right? You're talking to somebody, okay?
Okay.
You like somebody. Let's make it different. Let's say something about. Okay, let's say you like a football team in Brazil. Okay, what's your favorite football team, Virginia?
What? What?
What's your favorite football team?
Ah, football,
Uh-huh.
soccer.
Soccer, yeah,
Ah,
soccer or
okay.
football,
Yeah.
yeah.
Ah, okay. Uh, Cruzeiro. Cruzeiro team.
Cruzeiro, these guys?
Team. Yes.
Uh-huh. So let's say, oh,
Cruzeiro team.
Cruzeiro, so there's an I. So let's say I don't like Cruzeiro, I like another team, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And you're having a conversation with me, you know, you are talking to me. How can you say to me, uh, you know, please let's not talk about this, or, you know, I'm getting very angry, Cruzeiro not good, Cruzeiro very bad, but you like Cruzeiro, right? So how can you tell me to stop? Or how can you tell me in a nice way, how can you say, let's talk about something else? You want to
Mm,
change the conversation.
uh, uh, Rude form or polite form?
Polite form, please.
Okay. Please. You would you would uh, you would stop you would stop to talk with uh, this this
This topic or this idea,
this topic. Yes,
this topic,
this
yeah.
topic.
So
Yes.
instead of saying would, actually, Virginia, it's better to say could, right? So we're going to learn about this in this lesson, but in English, when we are asking somebody about something in a very polite way, we could say could, right? So how could you change that sentence and use could instead?
Okay. Okay. Please, you could to stop talk with this topic.
Yeah, please could you stop talking about this topic, right? So, or could you please stop talking about this topic, right? So the please usually follows the could, right? Could you please stop talking about this topic, right? So that's a
Let's talk
yeah,
about this topic.
could you please stop talking about this? Could you please talk about something else, right? So you're asking somebody for their opinion, but they're
Mm-hmm.
getting very angry. They're getting, I hate Cruzeiro, Cruzeiro. You know,
Yes.
you can say, could you please stop talking about this topic, right? I
Could you
mean,
please stop talking about this topic?
yeah.
Yeah.
So we are
Mm-hmm.
going to be using could a lot, Virginia. So remember this construction, okay? Remember how we made this question? Because in the lesson, we are going to be seeing other types of this example. Sounds
Mm-hmm.
good?
Okay, good.
Okay, great. So we looked at could, guys, right? So the first type is could. If we want to say something in English, we can use can and we can use could. Could is better than can, right? Could is much better than can. So Let's say, Heidi, somebody is playing really loud music next to your apartment. What can you say?
Could you please turn down the TV or
The
stereo?
music, the radio, yeah, right? Could you please turn down the music, right? Could you please turn down the music, right? Decrease the volume, right? So that's one way to do it. Another way that we can say could, so let's say, Virginia, let's say somebody it's late at night, okay, and you are leaving your house to go outside, and you see somebody is smoking a cigarette right in front of your door, right in front of your house, right? How could you tell that person to go away in a very polite way, right? They're smoking right in front of your house. Virginia?
Mutant.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's fine.
Yes, I understand you. Please, could you please stop smoke with the cigarettes, please?
Yeah. Could you please stop smoking the cigarettes?
The cigarettes,
Right?
yes.
Yeah. Could you please stop or could you please stop smoking? Just smoking also works, right? So when we
Could you please stop smoking?
Yeah. So see how in that earlier example, Virginia, we had could you please stop talking, right? So the verb always ends in ing when we make this kind of sentence, right? So could plus you plus please plus a verb that ends in ing, right? So here we have could you please stop smoking, right? Please stop smoking. So this is the best way to make that kind of a sentence, right? What about if somebody was playing really loud rap songs next to your house? What could you say? Somebody's playing really loud music, it's late at night, you want to go to sleep, but there's all this noise. What could you say?
These questions to me?
Yeah, to you, Virginia. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay. Please, could you please stop this song or this music?
Yeah, could you please stop this music? Could you please stop playing this music, right? Because we have a verb that ends in ing, so we can say, could you please stop playing this music? That also works, right? Could you please stop the song works?
Or diminuir. How can I say in English? Diminuir? In English?
I don't know what that is. Jimmy Noe, what does that mean? Diminuir, I think it makes it decrease the sound. Decrease the sound. Diminuir is to make something smaller, right?
Decrease.
Decrease the sound, yeah.
Okay. Can I say to, could you please decrease? Could you please decreasing your sound?
Yeah, so in this case, if you're saying decrease, you don't need to make it in the ing, right? Because that one actually, so I should have written it like this. Could you please, and then stop plus a verb in ing, right? So if we have stop, then we have the verb in ing. But here we're not using stop, we're just saying could you please, and then a verb, right? So this verb would be decrease. Could you please decrease the volume or the sound, right? Does that make sense, Virginia?
Could you please decrease the volume?
Yeah, volume is the setting, the sound setting on your TV or music or
Yes,
something like that, right? Yeah.
I
So could you please
understand.
decrease? Diminuir is to decrease. Yeah,
Decrease.
yeah.
Okay.
That was a good question.
Thank you.
I learned a verb in Portuguese also. Yeah, no, de nada, de nada. Hey, Gabriel, tudo beleza?
Hello, Fan. I'm good.
Good, good,
And
man. Good
you?
to see. Good, good,
Good
good.
evening for you all.
Good evening, man. Good evening. So let's move on to the next thing, guys. I know we only have a half hour, so Heidi, what's a sentence or what can we say at the beginning of a sentence if you want to get somebody's attention in English?
Please, excuse me.
Excuse me, right? So
Pardon me.
yeah, pardon me, excuse me, right? These are all great ways to get people's attention, right? So, Gabriel, you are in a restaurant, okay? And you ordered some, some delicious feijoada, okay?
Okay.
But instead of bringing you feijoada, they bring you something else, right? So, what can you say to the waitress so that they change your food?
Miss, how did you say waste?
Uh,
Waiter.
Waitress, right? Waitress.
Waitress. Okay.
Or waiter, a girl or a guy. It's a waitress versus waiter.
Waitress.
Uh-huh.
Miss Waitress, sorry, but I asked you to bring me some feijoada. Could you change it, please?
Absolutely. Could you please change it, right? Or could you change it for me, please, right? Fantastic. So once again, we see could and we use you and then we say, so at the beginning, did you say, excuse me, Gabriel? I think you said, excuse me, right? You said, excuse me, Miss Waitress, right?
Yes, I think I said sorry.
Sorry, yeah, sorry or excuse. Sorry is a little bit more. Sorry is it almost makes it seem like it's your fault, right? But it's not your fault. It's their fault, right?
Okay.
So it's better to say excuse me at the beginning, right? Great. So Heidi, let's say you're in a restaurant. You ordered some tea, and instead of bringing you tea, they bring you soda. So how can you get somebody's attention and also have them change your beverage?
I didn't order this. Could you change this soda to tea? Which I
Yeah.
ordered.
Yeah, fantastic, right? Could you, excuse me, I would maybe add please, right? Could you please change this soda and get me some...
To tea.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, I didn't order this one.
Yeah,
Change it.
Could you please change it because I didn't order this one, right? Fantastic.
Yeah.
You can also say, Heidi, could you please exchange this soda for some tea because I originally ordered tea.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So exchange works as a verb in that sense because we are switching one with the other, right? Virginia, let's say that you are in a busy city. Okay, let's say you're in Gabriel's city. Gabriel's from Recife, right? And
Exactly.
you've never been to Recife, Virginia, and now you are lost in the street. So how can you ask somebody for help? You need to go somewhere. How can you ask somebody for help?
To meet with my street.
Yeah, let's say you want to go somewhere.
If I forget.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. A question. I will question.
Yeah, you want to make a question.
You a question with a person.
Yes.
Please, could you could you could you could you please information where where the 21, 20, no, the uh, uh,
So you,
uh,
you need a verb, right,
uh,
Virginia? What's the verb in your sentence? Let's make the sentence around a verb, right? You need to ask somebody to do something for you, right? So
could you could you please uh, could you please say could you say could you please say me where the mm, uh,
anything you want, any building,
anything
any yeah. I mean, you you can
uh,
choose. Let's say you're going to a restaurant, Virginia, right? And you need to find the restaurant, right? So
uh,
could you please?
for
Uh-huh.
example, Minas Gerais Street.
Yeah, sure. Minas
Minas
Gerais Street.
Gerais, Minas
Uh-huh.
Gerais Street, Minas Gerais Avenue,
Uh-huh.
Avenue.
Avenue. Uh-huh. Avenida Minas Gerais, right? Uh,
Yes.
yeah, absolutely. You could say the same thing, right? Could you please say to me, right? Or could you please tell me, right? So in English
Okay.
we say to me or tell me. Tell me is better. Okay? So could you please tell me, and then we can say where is Minas Gerais Avenue, right? Where is Minas Gerais Avenue, right? Could you please tell me where is Minas Gerais Avenue? Or
Mm-hmm.
could you please show me where is Minas Gerais Avenue, right? So
Mm-hmm. Could you
uh,
please tell me where is Minas Gerais Avenue?
yeah, exactly, right? So that way, because we need when we make these sentences, Virginia, it's important that we focus on a verb before we begin the question, right? Otherwise,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to take a long time to think about what you want to say. So if you get the verb first, then you can say, okay, could you already know could you please, then you just put the verb. Could you please show, could you please say, could you please tell, and then the rest of the
Uh-huh.
sentence will be easier to make after that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's good.
I
That's good.
forgot.
Those are all good examples. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I'm forgot. I'm forgetting the verb in
Yeah,
question.
it's going to take practice. It's going to take practice, but we take. That's why we want to go in steps so that once you have the formula, the beginning of the formula, you can make the sentence step by step, paso a paso.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, great.
absolutely.
Thank you.
Great.
where
Sure, de nada, de nada. Gabriel, what's up?
where are you learning Portuguese, man?
There's a student on Colingo. His name's Marcelo. He's really funny. Um, I think you might have seen him in another class. Marcelo is my professor, Português professor. Yeah, it's very funny,
Professor de
man.
português.
Professor de português, exactly. And I'm also watching a lot of videos on parafernalia and porta dos fundos, so I'm learning a lot of those words now. Okay, fantastic, guys. Great job, guys. Great job on this lesson so far. Let's take a quick look at this article. So today we are going to look at beauty queens in Venezuela, right? A country that has a lot of fame and worldwide popularity with their beauty queens. So some of these girls also, I'm very jealous of men in Venezuela because their girls are very beautiful. Their women are very beautiful. So here's the link, guys, to the article. It's from the Huffington Post, U.S. magazine, and I'll also screen share so we can get started on this. So let's see. Okay. Do you guys see the article?
Yes, okay.
Okay, fantastic. Miss Venezuela pageant. A pageant is like a celebration, a kind of event, right? Miss Venezuela pageant bridges political divide, right? So when something bridges a divide, it acts as a bridge between two sides, right? So that's what they're saying. This event is acting as a bridge between two types of politics, two sides of politics, right? Caracas, Venezuela. Venezuelans have trouble agreeing on anything these days, whether it's who really won the election to replace Hugo Chavez or who is to blame for this South American nation's mounting economic woes. But for a few gala-filled hours, they put all that aside to embrace a shared national obsession, beauty. In what is traditionally the country's most watched television event, millions tuned in Thursday night to watch as 18-year-old Migbelis Castellanos was crowned Miss Venezuela. The 5'7" green-eyed blonde is a political science and communications college student from the state of Zulia. The youngest of 26 finalists competing for the crown, she'll represent Venezuela at next year's Miss Universe pageant. Even as regular Venezuelans struggle to contend with the galloping means extremely high. It's getting higher and higher, right? So even as regular Venezuelans struggle to contend with galloping inflation, shortages of basic goods such as toilet paper, and strict currency controls, the beauty contest, now in its 61st edition, so they've had these beauty contests for 61 years, right, is experiencing something of a rebirth. After 4 years of reduced budgets and smaller venues, the pageant returned this year to Caracas's main indoor arena, the Poliedro, with a capacity of 15,000. Interest was also piqued by a new reality show beamed across Latin America called Miss Venezuela, Everything for the Crown, which followed the finalists as they learned to walk, talk, and smile their way to glory. Venezuela has won more major international beauty competitions than any other nation, including 6 Miss Universe titles, and beauty pageants rank alongside baseball as the country's most followed diversion, one that transcends social class, right? This is an important sentence, guys. You know, Venezuela has won a lot of beauty pageants, and it is as popular as baseball as the country's favorite activity, and it's something that transcends social class. If something transcends something, it means it crosses it, right? So it doesn't matter where you are in Venezuela, what your situation is, if you're poor, rich, you know, old, young, social class, you know, it doesn't matter. It's something that everybody in Venezuela really enjoys, right? There is a whole industry of grooming schools, plastic surgeons, and beauty salons that has emerged to prepare young women for the thousands of pageants that take place each year around the country in schools, army barracks, and even prisons. It doesn't matter if you're a Chavista or a government opponent. This is one sin we all share, said Jose Luis Martinez, a 21-year-old college student in downtown Caracas. So a lot of this, the rest of this is actually kind of just boring, but I wanted to focus on some of these pictures. So this is the girl that won, Migbelis Castellanos, and this is, I mean, she was the youngest person participating. This is also her. This is her and another girl, I think, from maybe last year's Miss Venezuela, right? I want to see if there's anything else but these kinds of pictures. Do they have anything else? Let's see. They don't have. Nope, it's just beauty queens, right? So this is the girl that won. I think this is another girl. This is another girl. So you can see that really it's something that they really consider very important in their country, right? What's your guys' reaction to this article? You know, Gabrielle, what do you think about this in terms of do you think beauty and beauty pageants can unite people that are otherwise divided?
Beauty.
Yeah, like, you know, let's say Minas Gerais sends a really beautiful girl, and Brazil, you know, Rio Grande do Sul sends another girl, right? I mean, do these kind of events bring people together and unite people?
Maybe, you know, but I think there are more interesting subjects to unite people. Even involving beauty, you know, I think there are more meaningful things that we can discuss and gather around people to discuss more about something more interesting for people. You know, I think
Yeah.
being something very how can I say fleeting. You know, something
Mm-hmm.
very fleeting.
Something
You know,
fleeting, yeah.
you see that girl. 30 years. Uh, how can I say 30 years from now? You
From
know,
now, uh-huh.
yes. What uh, what her beauty will mean for her, you know? It's something very fleeting. I don't
That
know,
is true.
I'm a little bit static with this kind of competition, you know?
Yeah, it's something that is, are beauty pageants big in Brazil? Do you guys have nationwide Miss Minas Gerais and Miss Sao Paulo and Miss, do you guys
Mm-hmm.
have those things?
Yes, we have, but I think the audience is not very large as in Venezuela.
Yeah, Venezuela, it's almost the entire country stops and watches this kind of stuff, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, makes sense. Heidi, what would you say? Do you think beauty pageants and these kind of events can unite people that are otherwise hating each other?
Oh, yeah. If the for example, Miss World or Miss Universe was chosen from Venezuelan women, maybe the other Venezuelan people would be proud of that, and maybe this thing will encourage the people. But only that
Mm-hmm.
beauty is only. But actually, the country has a lack of toilet paper or a lot of things. The situation doesn't change from a beauty pageant, right?
Absolutely, right? The economic situation, the reality on the ground, right? These
Yes,
people, I mean, how can beauty change that, right?
beauty is beauty, it's okay, but the government should focus on the economic situation kind of
Mm-hmm.
strategy.
Mm-hmm. I agree. What about you, Virginia? Do you think these beauty shows and events can unite people and bring people together?
Um, uh, um, I I don't like these events.
Uh-huh.
I don't like. Uh, how can I say? Um,
Is it?
these
Uh-huh.
these women, uh, these women, uh, be now are very very how can I say in English? Very worried,
Mm-hmm.
very worried with with beautiful, with built,
Yeah, with beauty.
only
Uh-huh.
built,
Uh-huh.
only beauty.
Uh-huh.
Yes, uh, preoccupation, worry, to show. To society the appearance, worried with appearance
Mm-hmm.
of your body, of your hair.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand me?
Yeah, yeah, they are very concerned. I think preocupación or preocupación or I don't know what it is in Portuguese honestly, but in Spanish,
Preocupação.
preocupación. Right? It's
Yes.
when you are focusing on something, right? When that's the only thing you're worried about, right? You are only concerned about beauty. You're only concerned about, like you said, the body, the hair. Everything is on the outside, right? Everything is on the outside for these girls. Um, but
Mhm.
why is that a bad thing? Is that it could be a good thing also, right? Do you what do you I mean? What do you guys think about that? You know, is it necessarily wrong to value beauty? You know, I mean, if you ask me, I like beauty. You know, but I mean that's also I'm a younger male, right? But it is one of these things, right? So what should these girls be preoccupied with then, Virginia? If they shouldn't be preoccupied with beauty, what should they be preoccupied with then, in your opinion?
Yes.
Well, what should be their focus? Should they focus on school, on jobs, and not on beauty? I mean, what do you think? Virginia, did you understand me?
To me, this question?
Yes.
Yes, all misses, to me, must preoccupation, worry with the study too much.
They should focus on their studies instead of their bodies and beauty.
Yeah, study other languages, other foreign languages. We study cultures in too many countries. Are very important to me.
No, that makes sense.
Not only appearance, not only build, but build and culture. And culture is to me is intelligent.
Intelligence is beauty and culture. Okay, that's really good, right? Intelligence is beauty and culture. That's a very good way to summarize what you're saying, Virginia. Right?
Yes.
But fantastic. So Gabrielle, just a question for you. You know, we were at the beginning of this lesson. We went over polite questions, right? Polite different things and how you can make polite questions. Do you think, let's say, you are having an argument with somebody, right? And their argument is that these kinds of beauty pageants allow these girls to rise out of their situation, right? Maybe these girls are getting an opportunity. They are becoming refined women, right? They are learning how to speak well, how to dress well, how to be beautiful. And now they can act as ambassadors, or they can act as these, intelligent people in many parts of the world, right? Let's say these girls go to different countries, Miss Venezuela, I was in Miss Venezuela. Maybe she didn't win, but she learned a lot from that experience. And now she can change the world because of her experience, right? That's my opinion. Let's say that's my opinion, right? Do you agree or do you disagree? And how would you show that agreement or disagreement?
I would say that I understand his or her opinion, but I think, like, I would suggest that maybe he would have to reconsider what it's important. Is it important to know how to act well, or it's more important to study and to discuss about more interesting subjects? What has more value to the society? You being, like, you act well, you know how to act well and be beautiful, or like, get more information for your brain, like know how to think instead of know how to act well.
Yeah, I think those are important points, right? Heidi, do you disagree with Gabriela? Do you agree with me, or what's your opinion about this?
Beauty is one of talent. Nature naturally she get beauty, so she should use her talent. Then she can get a better life, right? Study and other things are very important. But the beauty pageant, it bother their study. It's different things. Study is study. She should study more. But the beauty pageant participation is not bother her study.
Yeah,
So
I don't think I mean, maybe they're studying when they're doing these pageants
yeah,
at the
that's
same
right.
time. Yeah.
So if she graduated and she had get a good skill, and plus I got, for example, Miss World, it's a plus for her the skill, even
Yeah. Yeah, I think so, Heidi. Heidi, I agree with you. You know, Gabrielle, my man, I'm sorry, you know, I'm not agreeing with you on this because
for
I,
example, if you are very handsome,
uh-huh.
maybe you should use that your beauty maximum to get a
Yeah,
very beautiful
Mr.
girl or
Mr.
job.
Universe, Mr. Universe, right?
Yeah.
Exactly, right? I think all of these talents, you know, Heidi, I think what you're saying is really good, right? These are all talents. Maybe if a girl is focusing 100% on beauty and not studying, not doing anything, then of course that's bad, right?
Yeah.
But I think in a country like Venezuela, if so many girls are so excited, like a young girl is maybe, I don't know, 6 years old, 7 years old, tells her parents she wants to be Miss Venezuela one day, right? It gives her a goal. It gives her something to work up
Kind
to.
of gold medal.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, what do like little kids in the United States, right? What do they say? I want to be president, right? Every child in this country says that he or she wants to be wants to be the president, right? Of course, very few, I mean, very few, very few people ever get to that point, but it's that goal, right? It's that the society is doing something at least to give a solution to girls maybe who or give some kind of a goal
For
to girls.
example,
Yeah.
she wants to be president in the Venezuela in future. But if she had some Miss World or some title, it's very good for the election.
Yeah, if she wants to become a politician in
Yeah.
Venezuela. Yeah. And also, you know, a lot of times from what I've heard, India had one or two Miss Universes, I think. So this is why I know. But they act as cultural spokespeople. They speak for their country at many international events and many big kind of, you know, United Nations events. Like they go and they, like the two Indian women, they talked a lot about how India can help the world, and they brought lots of good things to India because of that, because of their work, right? So
I know. Indian women are very beautiful.
they have good and bad, I think, right, in that process, right? They use good and bad in that. Um, So I love this that you sent us, Gabriel. The physical stuff attracts, but the actions are what is love, right?
Yeah.
El físico atrae, pero la actitud enamora.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
right?
in Spanish.
Oh, okay, fantastic. So it is Spanish. I was thinking for a second it was Portuguese. I'm like, no, I get it. Okay, el físico atrae, pero la actitud enamora. Yeah, absolutely, right? So, but I mean,
I
Gabriel,
think
have you?
the main thing that I said is about the focus. I think. Yeah,
The
you can
focus.
be.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you can be handsome or how you say for girls like pretty,
Pretty,
right?
huh? Pretty,
Yeah, but it's all about a focus question, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Have you seen the success of this in Brazil, Gabriel? Like, do they, even though you said not as many people watch these shows as in Venezuela, do these girls become famous? Do they do anything? Do they do interesting things after they become Miss Minas Gerais, Miss Rio de Janeiro?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Because the open television here is a mess, a terrible content,
Uh-huh.
and some of them reach the famous, you know, like the lights being beautiful. It's common here.
Uh-huh.
Do
No,
you
that's
understand?
I do, yeah. So they act as they kind of act like bridges, right, between the different parts of society,
Mm-hmm.
right? They open up cultural things and they help out like that. Yeah, I like that idea, guys. I like that idea. So just to recap, guys, I know we talked about polite questions at the beginning, and we talked about the beauty pageants. Do we have any other questions about this class in terms of anything we saw in the article? You know, Virginia, do you have any questions? Heidi,
I
Gabriel.
have one.
Yeah, go ahead. Okay, go ahead, Gabriel. Yes.
No, it's clear to me.
It's clear to you? Crown is, Gabriel, in Spanish we say corona. It's what the king wears on his head. The king or the queen, they wear a corona. What do you guys say it in Portuguese? How do you call it in Portuguese?
Coroa.
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 Coroa. Fantastic, coroa. Yeah, crown. So these girls are wearing the crowns when they become, Miss Venezuela.
Okay, got it.
There's also another word we use, actually, Gabriel. Good question. We also use the word tiara for a crown, especially for a girl.
Yes,
Khiara. Okay, yeah, you guys use that word also, khiara?
We use, but it's for something else. So, something like that you put in the girl's hair, like
to hold the hair, to hold
yes, to hold the hair. Exactly.
Fantastic. Yeah, here actually these girls, what they're wearing, really, crown, but you can also call it tiara in English. Yeah. Awesome, guys. Well, thank you for a great class. Heidi, thank you very much. Gabriel and Virginia, muito obrigado, muito obrigado.
Thank you.
De nada.
Professor.
Thank you so much, guys.
Ciao,
Absolutely, guys. Ciao, ciao. See you later, Gabriel.
Ciao.
Take care.
See you.
See you later, man. Bye-bye.
See you, Virginia. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Another 3 weeks, it's going to be just too much, I think, to have all that happen.
Your place is warmer than other place in America?
No, my place is pretty cold relative to other places. Yeah, so I'm pretty far north, so the more north you are, generally, the colder it is. We get a lot of snow, but this year so far it's been much nicer than I think people could have expected.
You like snow?
It's okay when there's not that much. If it's a small amount, or if it's just, like a nice snowstorm or not storm, but nice snowfall on Christmas maybe is always very nice. Holiday time, it's beautiful. But when we have like 2 meters of snow and you have to drive in that weather, and there's black ice.
Snowboarding or skiing?
I don't do either of those. I've gone to ski resorts before to just kind of admire the mountains and just learn the very basics of skiing. So I don't do a lot of that. I did snowshoeing once. Snowshoeing was like you do cross country. You walk on the hills with large snow, or large snowshoes. I want to do ice fishing maybe this winter. I want to just go into the middle of the lake and fish for ice, or fish on the ice. So it'll be fun to see if that works out. We have some nice lakes here, so I think ice fishing is a nice possibility.
Once I tried to ski, and I climbed up the top of the mountain. I looked down the slope. I'm acrophobia. I was scared. I imagined myself rolling down the slope. Getting myself like snowman.
Yeah. No, it definitely. I think people here, they start on very small hills, very small slopes, like when they're children, and then eventually when they're older, they advance to the.
I gave up to learn the skiing, and then thought, why?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't really know why it's causing these problems, honestly. Me, I had some problems 2 or 3 days ago. I was trying to start a class. I just couldn't get the link to open.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had the same situation, but it was okay. I mean, I think they are looking into it. A lot of the teachers were telling them, telling the other people on the development team that there might be problems. So.
Next lesson, the same. I couldn't enter that place. So finally, I refreshed my computer. Then I checked. This time it worked.
Yeah.
Then I entered the room.
Yeah. No, sometimes I think hopefully by next week it's going to be fixed a little bit better. I think I think some teachers have still been having some sporadic problems, like every now and then they have questions. Yeah. But I think most of the problems are gone or they're leaving, so
But teacher
hopefully.
sent me link, so I could enter that place, but I was still sad.
Yeah.
I thought I was no more a student.
No. You're still going to be a student for sure. I think it's just,
Maybe I was very strange in that lesson.
yeah.
Kind of dim. Yes, I don't think so. Like that. I was almost crying.
Oh, no, that's fine. It's not going to be like that. So besides that, Heidi, how's everything going?
It's okay. Today it's cloudy. Yeah, like yesterday, the same. But today it's darker than yesterday. Maybe it will rain later.
Nice. Here it's been really cloudy the entire day also. It's been colder, a little bit colder today, but no snow, no rain, thankfully. So I am looking forward to not seeing snow until after Thanksgiving. So in another 3 weeks, sure, snow, there's no problem. But before, hey Heidi, how's it going?
Hello, nice to see you again.
Yeah, nice to see you as well.
Yeah, I dislike new calling, new hangout.
Does it log you out sometimes?
Yeah, yesterday I tried to click the join now, right? Orange
Uh-huh.
button, but it didn't move. I clicked many times, but it didn't move. So
Yeah.
finally, from my account, and I clicked the teacher's name. It opened, but I clicked join the button, but still not didn't move. So I sent a message in the chat box. I can't enter them. The teacher
Mm-hmm.
sent me the link. So finally, I could enter. But there are already many students. So for other students, it worked. So I was a little. I took a lift getting back to the hotel.
Yeah. It's nice. It's nice. Like those areas, those resorts are nice because they keep them very clean and it's very beautiful snow. So it's fun to see, but yeah, not always the best. I'm not always the best person for those kinds of activities, but. So, hey, we have Virginia as well. How's it going, Virginia? Good to see you again. Hello.
Hello. Good to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you as
Thank you.
well. Great. How's everything going, Virginia?
Very nice. And you?
Good. I'm doing well. We have nice weather today. Well, it wasn't nice. It was cloudy, but it was a nice Sunday afternoon. Is it getting warmer in Brazil? I think it is, right?
I don't understand.
Is it getting warmer in Brazil? Is it getting much warmer? Like the weather?
Okay, weather.
Uh-huh.
It's good. It's good. Very sunny.
Mm-hmm. Very sunny weather. Is it
Yeah, sunny weather.
what was the temperature today?
It, it's hot. It's hot. It's hot
Maybe
and sunny.
hot and sunny. That's nice. Here it's the exact opposite. It's cloudy and cold. So sometimes, yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting whenever we talk about the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. You know, you guys are in the south, so it's different for you. Yeah.
Teacher,
Yes.
can I